What's up, everybody? We are back with the Magic and Andrew MMA betting podcast for UFC 271 with a special guest. I believe our first guest that's been on the podcast twice. We've got the Canadian gangster Olivier Aubin-Mercier. What's up, my friend? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I heard the last time I broke some views record, so happy to be here again.
After this one, you are going to have like the most viewed and the least viewed episode. Nobody's going to break that record.
And like last time, I did a lot of homework. I pretty much know maybe 10 fighters on the card. So let's do this.
Let's do it. We'll start for those watching. We'll start from best fight odds order. We're going to go from bottom to top. First fight of the night, we have Jeremiah Wells taking on Blood Diamond. OAM, do you know these guys at all?
No, but I really like the nickname.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, who are they?
These guys from, it's some Adesanya training partner that they just got into the card. He's 3-0. He has fought a couple taxi drivers. He's not good. Like, he's a kickboxer. He has fought in Glory before.
He's 3-0. God damn, UFC is not what they used to be, eh?
Undefeated.
Yeah.
He comes from Glory.
Perez was in the UFC at 4-0, so.
This guy is not good.
No?
No disrespect, but he's really bad. Like, he can kickbox a little bit, obviously, but he looks like he's grappling. He's facing a black belt here, and Wells is not like a world beater, but he's physical, and he's a black belt, I think. And if he grapples, he probably looks like a gigantic favorite. And if he doesn't, he probably is going to get forced to grapple because he probably cannot keep up with the volume. So Wells by submission plus 200, it's all right, I think. Could look like minus 300.
Yeah, obviously a pretty big grappling discrepancy here. FanDuel hung a line, which was like clearly an error. It was the under 2.5 at minus 142. So I took that. I obviously didn't track it because I'm not dirty like that. But I think, yeah, there are still some good honest people out there, believe it or not. But yeah, I think
Shade
for sure. I think Wells probably submits him, but like, I don't know. I've heard some bad rumors about Wells too, about how he doesn't take training seriously and stuff. And I was like, honestly, if I was fighting a guy named Blood Diamond, I probably wouldn't train that hard either. So I think Wells will probably submit him. I was hoping for a little bit bigger of a price tag on submission, but definitely not one of my stronger feels on the card. Next up, we have Sergey Morozov versus Douglas Silva de Andrade. OAM, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good fight. What do you guys think?
That's a solid breakdown.
That is a good breakdown. Magic, what do you think?
Yeah, I have nothing here, but it's a good fight. I think people are going too much into Morozov because of his last performance, but Khalid Taha kind of sucks and gasses. And the Andrade is a better defensive wrestler and grappler. And it's like Taha 2.0, you know what I mean? More power. I have nothing. Like, Douglas de Andrade inside the distance is probably wide, but pass. Morozov late could be good. If the fight is going his way, Morozov round 3 probably has some value because he probably can grind this guy if he doesn't die. But I'm just interested to watch it, not to bet it. We'll see.
Yeah, I actually like Morozov here. I bet De Andrade versus Hernandez a couple years ago, and he was making me nervous by getting taken down by 50-year-old Hernandez. So I'm definitely thinking that Morozov is going to get the grappling going here. And if you remember in that Barao fight too, he kind of got fortunate where the ref stood him up a couple of times in some questionable spots. So I felt fortunate there. But I like Morozov. Line seems to be coming down. I think BetOnline has minus 191 right now. This fight coming up, AJ Dobson versus Jacob Malkoun is my biggest spot of the card. So I'll let you guys take this one first, and then I'll drive it home.
That's your biggest bet of the card, you said?
Yes, sir.
Oh shit! Do you have Jacob?
So I have a bet on Malcolm, but I also like the under 2.5 a lot. That's my bigger spot. I like the under.
Okay. Yeah, it's actually one of the fights that I checked, and like I said, I know a lot of people on the card, and I think Jacob is the is the good play to go. Maybe I'm crazy, but I really thought like when I saw Dobson 6-0, I was like, oh, maybe there's something. I think he was champion. Where was he champion?
In some tomato can promotion.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, I really think that Jacob's gonna win this one, and yeah.
Dobson is funny. He fights like you give your controller to your little brother and to play UFC in the PlayStation. He goes like until he wins or he gasses. Yeah, I had him by submission in Contenders against this Jordanian Marc Gasol. He's a legend, Jordanian Marc Gasol. Hell of a chin, man. He took a fucking beating and cashed me the submission. What a legend. This guy, he was a bum. Complete bum, but I love him. Yeah, I have nothing here, but I mean, if Dobson doesn't kill him round 1, Malcolm can probably grind his ass and get like 17 takedowns.
Yeah.
I think this guy is I'm not sure if he's like the teacher or the instructor at Whittaker's camp for Jiu-Jitsu. I think. I may be wrong. He's like a teacher or something.
No,
but
you're right.
he had the carcass of this fraud. The puncher. I forgot his name, man.
Dobson?
No, the guy he fought before.
Oh, Al Hassan.
Yeah, Abdul Razak Al Hassan. He had his carcass all over the place. Like that guy was dead, and he didn't even try a submission, and he was done. Like he was just laying on him. I don't know. It's going to be a funny fight. Doesn't go the distance. Is probably decent, but I have nothing here. I mean, it's a lot of fights. No need to force place.
Yeah, I like the under 2.5 here. I played the Malcoon line early, plus 131. I think Dobson's pretty untested in the grappling. I think he's pretty his cardio is pretty untested. He's only been out of the first round once in his pro career, I think. So yeah, I think Malcoon's the side from a money line perspective. I like the early price more than now, though. I think there's a lot of question marks. Dobson could just knock him out early, like we all saw. Hawes knocked him out in 15 seconds, but I like the under. I like Malcoon money line. For time's sake, we'll keep this thing rolling. Carlos Ulberg versus Fabio Cherant, the Water Buffalo. We've got some great nicknames on this card. Gangster, you know these guys or what?
No, I don't.
Magic, tell them now.
Them.
We have an elite expert tonight on the podcast on this card. Man, the comments are funny today. You see this guy that says Magic got the Manscaped deal? No, man, I shaved because I was looking like I'm from the Taliban. I watched the last podcast and I'm like, holy shit, I look homeless. I have to shave. Yeah, this guy, man, I really wanted to bet Cherant by submission here. I really, really wanted. Like, I fought myself to not do it. Plus 900 is a crazy number, man. Like, Cherant is bad, and like, if this Carlos Ulberg doesn't do anything stupid, he can probably keep him at the end of the jab and outpoint him, maybe stop him. His defense is not good, man. And he doesn't look very smart. If Cherant can get inside, like, maybe clip him or something, because I don't know if he can take him down, but Ulberg is obviously not a good grappler. If Cherant submits him, I'm going to feel bad for not taking this. But I have nothing. But man, it's a wide number. Cherant can grapple a little bit on the mat. I know he got submitted by Alonso Menifield. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that happened. Alonso Menifield cannot even submit his taxes. I mean, he's nothing on the mat.
It's like getting submitted. It's like getting submitted by Gordon Ryan. There's no shame in getting submitted by Menifield. If there's anything above a black belt, that's what he has.
And I'm not sure if Menifield was aware that he was submitting the guy. I think he was just like stretching him really hard, and he got a bone flu. You know what I mean? He was like, "Holy shit, he's out."
That's funny, dude. That happened like a minute into the fight too.
Yeah, he hung to the guillotine, and the guy was, I'm going to stretch him a lot like a bear, and suddenly he was out. Okay. Like, I don't think Menifield is ever going to submit anyone else in the UFC.
No, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have nothing on this fight either. I think Ulberg is going to probably beat him up early, but his cardio looked really suspect in his last fight, so maybe worth a look on the live bet at
I don't know, man. He threw like 1,000 punches.
Yeah.
I think he went like full stupid, if anything. I'm not sure. He looks like a good athlete, but yeah, you cannot trust him at this price, I think.
100%. All right, well, we've got the main event up next. We have Renato Moicano taking on Alex Hernandez. OAM, you'd get the first crack at this one.
Yeah, so I think I like Renato on this one.
Okay, cut him.
Sorry, mate. But yeah, I think I really like him in this spot for sure. I think he fought just twice and at plus 55. He fought Fiziev, got KO'd. But I do not think Alex Hernandez have that much power. He is really like he's fast. Like he's gonna cut distance really fast. But I don't think he's a really technical striker. I think he's a pretty good wrestler though. But I really think Moicano is gonna be able to make him work on the ground, and I think we're gonna see a good old Alex Hernandez and. Probably in the second round, third round, try to if Moicano don't die like I did, probably he's gonna take over. So yeah, I think I like Renato on this one.
Magic, take it away.
I'll let you go first.
Okay. I like Alex Hernandez in this spot. Honestly, Moicano, he's taken a decent amount of damage in his last few fights. He's hittable. And I know some people like 155 for him. I'm not actually sure. I think he had some advantages at 145 that he doesn't have here. He even got hit pretty decently hard by Jai Herbert in his last fight and obviously out-grappled him after that. But Hernandez is not an easy guy to out-grapple. I know he doesn't always lean on his offensive grappling in his fights. He does sometimes, but I think his defensive grappling is going to be solid here. I think on the feet, I favor him. He has a power advantage. I think he's a fast starter, which I think is going to cause issues for Moicano. And like I said, he's taking that damage. So I think a KO is actually pretty likely here. So I'm on Alex Hernandez. I think he's going to get the win here.
Yeah, I bet Hernandez. Big surprise here.
He looked pretty good in last fight, though.
Yeah, but I mean, Mike Breeden is not the elite in the lightweight division, but yeah, that was an execution. I mean, I didn't expect this line. I thought they were going to open this like around evens. I took plus 150. Round one is good too. I think Moicano is getting folded like a fucking chair in round one, honestly. Like, I don't understand why people are comfortable paying minus 175 on Moicano here. Like, I would much rather have Moicano by submission plus 250 than his money line. If he wins, I think that means he's going to have success on the ground. I think he needs this on the ground. He doesn't have much power, and I like the guy. I think he's a good fighter. His boxing is good offensively, but he doesn't really have power, and he doesn't have pocket game. You know what I mean? He's 1-2, 1-2. If you get inside, he's fucked, and he gets hit a lot. His chin is a huge liability, and I think if Hernandez just goes forward like what he did against you, basically, I think he's going to eventually fold Moicano like a fucking chair or outwork him, man. I don't know why people don't expect Hernandez. Hernandez can get takedowns here and grind on him too. And you had paid Mark Goddard that night to stand you up, but Moicano, I'm not sure if he has the referee on his pocket here.
But the thing is, I feel we didn't see that Alexander after the Cowboy fight. You know, I don't know if something broke inside him or something died.
Something went like terribly wrong in his head during that fight. Because after, I mean, Trinaldo is an awkward fight for everyone, but the Dober fight, he was like shook. You know what I mean? And then he has talked about it, like, I didn't have it and this and that. He has been talking, I mean, he's pretty open and pretty vocal about all this. I don't know why people don't like the guy. He talks a lot, but he gets a lot of hate. You know what I mean?
I kind of like him, actually, in his interview. I think he's really interesting. He's a smart guy.
Yeah, he's like honest.
Yeah.
I like to think that I contributed to the hate, maybe 5%. Yeah, I think he's going to win this fight, honestly, early. I think if he goes forward, he's going to fold Moicano. Moicano has horrible defensive tendencies, and when he gets touched, he kind of freezes. You know what I mean? He gets like shook. I don't know why he does that thing. He is. I have bet on Moicano all 3 times he fought at lightweight by submission. Fisif killed him. Okay, that was a bad bet. And the other 2 fights he won convincingly, but were super easy matchup for him. Hatzovic cannot grapple at all, and Jai Herbert is one of the worst grapplers in the division. He's like a Slenderman. Moicano was tossing him around like he was 15 years old, and they spent like maybe 30 seconds all fight standing, and Herbert was lighting him up. Like he got hurt twice in 30 seconds. So I don't know, man. I think Moicano is going to get knocked out, but we'll see. If he wins, I think he needs this on the ground, and I don't think he's going to out-wrestle Hernandez.
Yeah, I may be just salty too.
I thought you were going to pick Hernandez because, in the UFC, every fighter that gets beaten by someone then picks the other guy. Like somebody loses to Derek Brunson, and then he goes, "Yeah, Derek Brunson for sure. He's going to be champion and make 15 defenses."
Yeah, but you know what? I was thinking the same thing in the beginning, but after the which fight I think it's after Drew Dober. I was like, oh man, I think he won't be like the same anymore. Even the Trinaldo fight, I was like,
the fight he lost, he had like totally wrong game plans. I mean, against Dober, he was out on his feet and he was getting takedowns. Like, why don't you come out grappling? Everybody was expecting him to come out grappling and grapple Dober. And in the Moises fight, I mean,
pretty easily too. That's the crazy thing. At least in the beginning.
The Moises fight, he was minus 200, and almost everybody was picking him to win. Like, get on Moises, he cannot handle volume or consistent grappling, and you win. And the guy was playing the outside. I don't know. I think somebody said it on the broadcast. I think it was Trevor Whitman, maybe, that Hernandez was great when he was going forward and mixing everything and putting on pace. He was great breaking people, not playing point fighting and shit. Like, he's a fucking Neanderthal. Go forward. He has a massive right hand. Go forward and hurt people.
Yeah.
That's what he needs.
Yeah, so it's all downhill from there since we covered the main event. But next up, we got Ronnie Lawrence minus 300 against Mana Martinez. Olivier, do you have anything here?
I have nothing, but I want your view on this one because they're both a big finisher.
Yeah, Mana Martinez, I think, is like a big hype job. I mean, in his debut, he has power, but his debut against Canetti, man. What the fuck? Canetti is like 70 years old, and he was going life and death with Canetti, and he was letting the guy off the hook, and I'm big on Ronnie finishing this fight. Ronnie Lawrence has a stupid pace. He gets on top. He has like 500 submission openings each fight. Doesn't take it, but eventually he's going to submit someone because he has people like fucking dying on the ground, scrambling, a lot of ground and pound. I think he finishes this fight late. I think he's going to fucking ruin this guy, honestly.
Yeah, fair enough. Nothing I disagree with there. Lawrence is going to get takedowns here. I mean, I bet Guido Canetti against Mana Martinez. So, I mean, that's how I feel about Mana Martinez. I don't really think much more than that needs to be said. So I'll move on to the next one. I think we've talked about Schnell versus Perez like 1,000 times, right?
At least once. This has been booked like 4 times, I think, for a full year. Like, what are we doing here? Perez is one of the best bantamweights in the world. I mean, flyweights in the world. And why? Yeah. And Schnell is coming off a loss. Why is this being rebooked?
I have no idea. No clue. But let's do Maxime Grisham versus William Knight. I have some pretty strong opinions here. I'll start. I think you might have different.
I have to say that I am big on this fight. Doesn't go the distance. I think it should be a massive number, and it's minus 150. I think it should be like minus 400. I think Perez is going to destroy him. And
I got you.
I don't really trust Perez chin that much, and Schnell, I don't know. The guy acts like he's Floyd Mayweather, but he cannot box. He doesn't have power, and he doesn't have a chin. I don't know what's wrong with the guy. He's going to get knocked out silly, I think.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. Grisham taking on William Knight. I like Grisham a lot here. I honestly don't think William Knight is good at anything. He's jacked, and that's it. I don't think his fighting skills are up to par. Grisham arguably beat Dustin Jacoby, who I think is a pretty good kickboxer. Outside of Grisham being 37 years old, I mean, I just don't see like how he loses this fight. Like unless he gets hit with something crazy, which I guess can happen. He's 5-inch reach advantage. He's better technically. William Knight was getting body lock takedown over, like was being taken down with the same body lock over and over against William Knight, against Daun Jung. So I'm on Grisham here. I bet -165. I think it should be significantly wider. OAM, what do you think of this one?
How's the cardio of William Knight?
It's all right, I guess.
Nobody knows really.
Yeah.
He looks so fucking like Jack. Like I can't.
And what is more important? What is he taking?
What isn't he taking?
He's taking everything, man. That's the power of God. Like there is no room for more muscle anywhere. It's kind of crazy. The guy is built like a legit gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen a lot of people confident in Grisham here, but I don't know. I have nothing. If you put a gun to my head, and force me to take a money line, I will take Knight, honestly. Maybe Grisham can grapple him really bad and submission ends up looking wide. Knight by knockout plus 300 is probably wide too. I'm just going to watch and hope this is a funny fight. His fights are usually funny, so the Manyfield fight was hilarious.
Those are the best fight.
Yeah, when everybody's gassing and half dying.
Yeah. Oh wait, I actually lied. I said that the Hernandez fight was the main event. This is the main event. We've got the retirement fight of Roxanne Modafferi taking on Casey O'Neill. Just to put things in perspective here, about this line, Roxanne Modafferi's money line as of the time of this recording is +315. Casey O'Neill wins by KO is +300. So the books are implying there's a better chance that Casey O'Neill wins by KO over Roxanne Modafferi, who has not been finished since 2011, then Roxanne Modafferi wins this fight. I'll let you guys go first on this one.
Well, I have to go with Roxanne. I mean, just for the
to look cool if she wins.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Bro, it's like her last fight. I mean, and she's so surprised me so many times that like I have to go one last time with her. Fuck. I think she's gonna get probably mauled, but I don't care. I like Roxanne. She's crazy, and yeah, let's fucking go. Like you said, it's kind of weird that the KO it's the same, have the same odds. I mean,
it's downright irresponsible. Let's just call it what it is. It's just downright irresponsible.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't know what the guys think, but
like a lot of people are on Roxanne here, man, and saying this is a crazy line. I don't know. O'Neill, I mean, she has a lot of room for improvement, and she does some irresponsible things in the grappling. And Roxanne is going to do what she always does, like go for a single leg. And she cannot even strike, man. She's fucking blind. I'm not sure she sees the opponent. She's like going through motions, you know. She's like this, 1, 2. She doesn't even know if the guy is if the other girl is in front of her. She does do this and then shoot single legs. But she's a good grappler, honestly. She's technical. The way she was getting from underneath Tayla Santos, that's not easy. Santos is an animal.
Yeah.
But O'Neill is maybe it's just me, but she looks like a massive flyweight. I mean, I think she's massive. Like big hips, big shoulders. That's a massive flyweight, and she's young. I think this girl is cutting a lot of weight, and her ground game looks legit, and her striking is a liability, I think, but she has crazy pace. And against Roxanne, your striking doesn't matter much. I see people taking O'Neill by knockout plus 300. I think that's an error because the line is O'Neal by submission. I had it pretty big. I may be wrong, but I took O'Neal by submission around plus 600 pretty big. Roxanne is not going to get positionally knocked out like these girls. I mean, O'Neal has 2 knockouts positionally in the UFC, but against Dobson and Walmart Shevchenko that cannot grapple. Roxanne is not going to get stuck there and don't move. She's going to move, give her neck or something. And there is a possibility that O'Neal has to work on bottom here too, because Roxanne has got a takedown and she's active. I really like O'Neal by submission, and fight doesn't go to decision. I don't know. I mean, no disrespect to anyone, but I don't know why people are betting O'Neal inside the distance plus 175 when doesn't go to decision is plus 150. It's like, did you graduate? It's a quarter pound. I mean, you cannot take inside the distance when there is such a small range. You have to take doesn't go. It's women's MMA with a lot of grappling. So yeah, I think O'Neal finishes with a submission.
So Roxanne Modafferi, who has not been submitted since 2011, which is over 10 years ago for those keeping score at home, is going to get submitted by Casey O'Neal. Is that an official prediction?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
I told you this will happen to against Antonina too. We saw how that went, okay? I mean, O'Neal gets finishes. Nobody's finishing shit at women's flyweight, Andrew. Like saying Modafferi doesn't get finished in 10 years, it means nothing. How many finishes has, I don't know, Andrea Lee? She finished Calvillo last time and it looked like she had won Super Bowl because she got a finish.
And we all saw what Roxanne did to Andrea Lee too.
Okay. O'Neal rear naked choke. Give me a line. We can have a friendly bet. O'Neal by rear naked.
Actually, I'm glad you said that because I wanted to put the offer out. If there's anyone watching this who's like credible and I know, and you want to bet Casey O'Neal inside the distance at like plus 180 or whatever, I'll even give you plus 200. Just DM me on Twitter. I'll take those. Don't give the bookies your money. Give them to me. I'm serious about that. If I know you,
big baller, Andrew Gombas.
If I know you and you're reasonably credible, just let me know how much and we'll chart it. Inside distance plus 200. I think that's probably the worst bet you can make on this card. But yeah, I mean, like I'm in all seriousness, I think that this line should be shorter. I get why Casey's the favorite. Like I'm not actually insane, but she's fought 3 girls that are not really UFC caliber, so to speak. I guess Antonina kind of is, but Shana Dobson's out of the UFC. Lara Procopio's out of the UFC. And she has some skills, like her grappling is good, her cardio is good, but I don't think her wrestling is good. I don't think her striking is good. So again, I'm down to ride with Roxanne Modafferi one more time. She's probably been one of the most profitable fighters in the UFC. I'd definitely like to check those numbers, but I'm in plus 350. Sign me up all day long. This is the kind of spots where I've made my bread, so to speak. So I'm happy to go back to the well one more time. Next up, heavyweight fight: Andre Arlovski versus Jared Vanderaa. OAM, what do you got here?
I may be trolling a little bit tonight, but I'm gonna go with Andre Arlovski. Fuck, he's old. He's really fucking old, Andre. But man, he finds ways to win. If the guy just don't fucking charge him, if the guy charge him, he's die. He die. That's simple. But if the guy don't charge him, for some reason, he always find a way to win. On this one, I have to go with Andre. I always bet against him, and I think I'm again salty about that. So yeah, I'm going with Arlovski.
Magic?
I fucking hate Arlovski, man. I cannot wait until he retires. His fights are giving me brain damage. It's horrible. I bet Vanderaa here small, inside the distance, plus 350 and late. Vanderaa is like a stupid zombie and takes a lot of shit and goes forward, crazy volume. And Arlovski was fighting the hamster guy, Carlos Felipe last time, and they were having a like, how do you say this? Simultaneous heart failure. The both of them, like they were having a seizure at the same time. That was he looked like dying, man. If he doesn't get Vanderaa out, Vanderaa is going to dunk on him late. I think Vanderaa late is a must here. Arlovski is like 75. Come on.
Yeah, he's fucking old. It's
he's getting paid. He got paid 340,000 for his last fight, man. And people complain about pay. I will fight Arlovski for that money. That's legalized bank robbery.
Easily. He would just beat you by like boring decision. You'd be fine.
Yeah, I will just stay outside and 20 punches thrown, a split decision. Like every Arlovski fight.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get the Vanderaa early bets. I think it's going to be a close decision. I slightly lean Arlovski. He's fought, I think, better competition, a little bit better technically speaking, but Vanderaa is big. And also, Arlovski's grappling looks pretty bad against Aspinall. I know that Aspinall is a good grappler, but like Vanderaa, I mean, who's to say he can't get the grappling going a little bit here? So I'm fine with staying away from this one at current price. Wanted to say real quick, we have 103 live viewers right now, so thank you guys. Appreciate it. We appreciate OAM being on today. If you guys could go follow him on Twitter, like this video, again, means a lot. Moving on to, I believe this is the first fight of the pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken. Bobby Green versus Nasrat Haqparast. Olivier, what do you think?
I have to go with my boy Nasrat. I think Bobby Green's gonna have trouble with his hand speed. I mean, Nasrat have big trouble with his wrestling and his ground game, like huge trouble. I'm a little bit scared that Bobby Green understand this. I do not think he's gonna try to take him down though. For some reason, even though he have good scramble, he have decent wrestling, he doesn't really use it. So I do think it's gonna be a stand-up fight. And I got hit by Nasrat, and he hit really, really hard. So I think the hand speed, the power, may take Bobby Green away. I don't know. I really think it's supposed to be a pick 'em fight. I like Nasrat underdog on this one.
Bro,
Sweet.
How can you tell me Nasrat hits hard, but Alexander Hernandez doesn't hit hard?
I'm telling you.
This guy trains at TriStar or something, right? Or trained at TriStar. And then Firas told you better talk good about Nasrat, right?
For real, he hit really hard. And for some reason, I think he never showed up like he showed up in training. Like in training is really, really good. But the feeling I have is sometimes he do too much what he like and he don't do what he don't like in training. But like
wrestling.
in a stand-up, like he is probably like one of the best with Mendel as a stand-up in TriStar, you know.
Yeah, that guy is pretty slick, Mandel Nayo. That's his
He's
name.
fighting next week.
He's crazy. I saw his Instagram. He's crazy. He's like out of his mind, right?
Dude, he is awesome. Like he's out of his fucking mind. But yeah, I would go with Nasrat on this one.
I have nothing here. I was thinking about Nasrat by decision plus 250. I think that's a decent line. Bobby Green is stupidly difficult to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with OAM here. Like if Bobby comes out grappling, he's an underrated wrestler. If he comes out grappling, he probably covers his price, but he's notoriously stupid. He's going to be at range, doing stupid shit, trying to shoulder roll and think, and I'm so cool, I'm Bobby Green. He thinks he's Floyd Mayweather, and then he's going to lose a split. And everybody's going to act like he got robbed at minus 170 after betting him at minus 170. You know what I mean?
And I think it's going to be a really dangerous game to play against Nasrat.
This is not a good fight for him to do that because Nasrat is fucking fast, man. He's super fast.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But I kind of want Bobby to win because everybody always bets on him. I want Bobby to win like his way into a Makhachev fight or something. Bobby Green versus Islam Makhachev.
No.
5 rounds in Makakhala, Dagestan, UFC Dagestan. People will bet Bobby Green for sure, whatever price. If they make Bobby Green minus 200 against Makhachev, people bet him. Massive value.
Yeah, I bet Bobby Green against Ally Quinta in his last fight, and that's probably the only good bet I made that night. So that's my little
I
my
bet
little
Quinta
punt.
by decision, and Bobby hadn't finished the fight in like 70
I
years,
know.
and the fucking real estate agent just quits, gets hit once, and goes like, "Oh, I'm done with the sport." Fuck off.
Yeah, no, he was done with it. Yeah, I don't have any on this at the moment. I kind of like NASCAR at the early price. Look, you guys both made this point, but if Bobby Green comes out wrestling and has a smart game plan, he probably looks like decent sized favorite here. But he loves making fights closer than they have to be. He's getting up there in age a little bit, so those few things are enough for me to pass at current price. Next fight, Kyler Phillips versus Marcelo Rojo. I could start here. I like the under a lot. I think if it stays on the feet, they're going to bang it out. I think if Kyle Phillips pursues the grappling, he's going to smoke him and probably finish the fight by submission. So, long story short, I like the under 2.5. I think I got minus 160. I think it should be significantly wider here. Olivier, what are you thinking for this one?
Yeah, I really don't like Rojo, to tell you the truth. I don't think he's that great. I think he's a decent fighter. But I like the money line in every fight, but on this one I have to pass. That thing is too wild. I have no. I really think Kyra's gonna win, but at those odds, I wouldn't touch that with a stick.
Magic.
Yeah, this is going to be a war, unless Phillips is smart. Has not been very smart in the past, but if he grapples, he rolls here. Like he's the much better grappler, and he's a good submission grappler. Actually, I think I'm pretty big on the submission. I'm going to look stupid if he knocks out the guy, but I think on the ground this is a wipeout. Plus 550 is a ridiculous price for the submission, and doesn't go the distance big. Rojo just doesn't go to decisions, and Phillips is a kamikaze. So yeah, Phillips should roll on the ground. If not, he may get into some spicy fight. You know what I mean? Like Paiva, because Rojo is, I mean, he's not real good or anything, but he's tough as fuck. He hits hard. He has kicks, and he's a massive bantamweight. His fight with Jourdain was at featherweight. He's a gigantic bantamweight. So could be a good fight. Like I think this is going to be either fight of the night or Phillips goes out round 1 and submits him like he was 12 years old.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid analysis. Now we're getting into we got 3 fights left. Again, guys, if you haven't liked the video yet, follow OAM, do all that good stuff. We appreciate it. Keeps us pumped to keep doing these for you. Derek Brunson versus Jared Cannonier. OAM, take it away.
I like Jared on this one. I'm not sure I would bet on this, but I do think he's gonna win. I was never like the biggest fan of Derek, but he really improved in his last couple of fights. But I do think it's gonna be really dangerous to fight Jared on the feet, and I'm not sure Derek is gonna be able to take him down. I think Jared showed pretty decent takedown defense. He looked fucking strong. So I'm gonna pass, but I do think Jared's gonna win.
Magic.
Yeah, if Cannonier hits Brunson once clean, they are going to need an ambulance, I think. That's my breakdown on the fight. He does the chicken dance every time he gets hit clean. I mean, right before submitting Darren Till, he was about to die. He got hit once and he was on skates. The guy has a horrible chin at this point. And I mean, he's a super powerful wrestler. He doesn't look like a good wrestler, but he is. He's really strong, gets on the clinch and starts chaining shit, gets on like lock hands, and you are going down. And on top, he's vicious. But I like Cannonier here. I just took doesn't go the distance because it's pretty much the same price as Cannonier moneyline. I took it big. I think Cannonier knocks him out. If he wins, I think he knocks him out silly. But Brunson by knockout is probably wide because I don't think he's going to have much success wrestling Cannonier, and they are going to have to exchange. And as chinny as he is, Brunson still has a gigantic left hand. So yeah, I don't think this goes 3 rounds. Brunson versus Strickland will be very funny. I hope it happens.
Yeah, great. I like Jared Cannonier a lot here. He's hard to take down, hard to hold down. Brunson, like you guys said, is on a good run right now, but I think he's had some favorable matchups. I'm not even convinced he would have beat Darren Till if Darren Till didn't fight with an injury. He clearly didn't look like himself. Again, just my opinion, but I like Cannonier a lot here. I haven't played it yet because it seems like the line's coming down still. Would love to get like minus 140 on that. I think he knocks him out. Brunson getting up there in age. He does not react well to shots. And like I said, Cannonier is big for the weight. He's hard to take down. He's hard to hold down. And it's almost like the Witt versus Rowe fight last week, where it's like he just has to hit him once clean to knock him out. And so I think Cannonier ends up getting a knockout here, and I think he probably gets the title shot with a win. Speaking of title shots with a win, Derek Lewis is somehow back in a fight that might get him into the title picture with a win versus Tai Tuivasa. Olivier, what do you got on this one?
I got nobody. I think like it's a classic big guy that hit hard and have a shin. I think it's 50-50 who's gonna like fucking punch the first. I mean, I do like Tuivasa since he's an underdog, but I mean, every time I look at those guys, like it's hard for me to try to study like their technique because it's basically closing eyes and fucking punch, and I guess the first that's gonna fucking punch.
Tuivasa is a great technician, man. What are you talking about?
I don't know what you guys think. I like personally at those odds I would go with Tai, but fuck, number of time I lost money against Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis is wild because you look at him and he's not good at MMA. But
bro,
he keeps winning.
Like I'm losing my mind every time. Like
he's not good at MMA. He just goes in there and okay, I feel like I'm going to knock him out now.
He looked like he's dying, and then he killed the other guy. I'm like, ah!
Not again. Yeah, he's like, I mean, it's fucking crazy how the guy just gets up. It's like when you watch fights with your friends and they don't know nothing about MMA and they are looking at Khabib like mauling someone and they are like, oh yeah, I will just get up. That wouldn't work on me. Lewis he does that. He's like, okay, I'm gonna get up. And casually gets up like a grandpa, using the fence like this. The other guy is like,
it's a fucking meme. Every time he's down, he's like lying there.
He's like laying there,
like fucking like out of nowhere. It's crazy. I'm losing. I like Lewis. He's a funny guy, but I'm losing my mind every fucking time he's fighting.
The fight against, man, I was laughing so hard at this. The fight against Oleinik. Oleinik, when he goes on the neck crank, he fucks up everybody. And Lewis was just laying there like. Oleinik was cracking and Lewis was like, okay, I'm gonna get up. And he gets up and fucking bonks on the guy. He's a legend, man. Yeah, I think what OAM said is pretty sharp. I think the fight is lined pretty well. I don't really see an edge almost anywhere. It's going to be a funny fight. I think it could be a staring contest or a big explosion early, but I took a little bit of Lewis late. Tuivasa gets his finishes early. And if he doesn't, he usually gasses. And I think Lewis can try to wrestle Tuivasa here when they get a little bit tired. And if Lewis gets on top of Tuivasa, now, yes, they are going to need an ambulance like real fast. Because he's going to pound his head into the fucking canvas. So, yeah. But I think if Tuivasa comes out like calm and tries to find his leg kicks and low volume, he's live to win it. But he's one of the most stupid fighters of the last 25 years. So they are probably going to go for it, I hope it gets extended and I can get Lewis late.
Yeah, I actually like the over 1.5 a little bit here. I know it's a hot take, but I think Lewis kind of puts his back to the fence and looks to counter strike. And if Tuivasa starts opening up the fight with kicks, I think he could kind of beat that leg up of Derek Lewis. Curtis Blades was beating up Derek Lewis's leg on the feet, and he's a wrestler. So I don't see why Tuivasa can't do the same thing. And he even came out against Greg Hardy doing the same thing. He kicked his leg like 10 times in the first 30 seconds. Obviously, they ended up slugging it out. But if you watch Derek Lewis fights, people just don't really go after him. People are kind of scared to engage with him. Even look back at the Francis Ngannou fight. They just stared at each other for for 15 minutes. But I think that's possibly what's going to happen here. I like the over 1.5 at plus 150. I think from a money line perspective, it's probably Tuivasa or pass. What's up?
If you like the over, you have to like Lewis round 3, man. Plus 1800. This is a must. Division 1, Derrick Lewis is coming for the body lock, and then bang, bang, bang from top. And then you are dead, and he does the whole black beasting.
Yeah, that'd be a sight to see. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. Tuivasa doesn't have great cardio, and Derrick Lewis.
There is a part of me. I know I have talked bad about Tuivasa in the past. I called him boom, boom, boom instead of bam, bam. He's an entertaining fighter, but man, if Tuivasa gets a title shot with Francis Ngannou, take my fucking money. Like I would pay 500 for that. Tuivasa versus Ngannou in Australia. Imagine in Australia. I think Ngannou can, I don't know, submit him with one hand. like do a Kimura on him, but just one grip, and say hello to the crowd with the other, something like that. I want to watch Tuivasa versus Ngannou, man. Yeah, like Chimaev did to the Chinese guy. That's how Ngannou versus Tuivasa could look.
Yeah, I can't even picture it. Like, well, I guess if Tuivasa wins, they'd probably make him win one more before a title, right?
Why? But against whom? Because Blades has Derrick Lewis problems. You know what I mean?
Dude, Blades would be like minus 900 against Tuivasa. Like one takedown, and that's it.
I don't know. Tuivasa has been grappling. I saw it on UFC Embedded. I saw him trying to drill a guillotine. Be careful with his submission game now.
I think the highlight of his career was when JDS had him in full mount, and instead of trying to get out, he was just punching up at JDS from like while he was mounted. That was like that's so funny.
Spivak was fucking butchering him.
But man,
it's was there, right? What?
It's heavyweight, so
man, I was impressed with Ngannou last fight. He looked like a legit grappler. When he put the hooks in, when he took the back and was trying to put the hooks in on Gunn, I was losing my mind. I was like, this is not happening.
Bro, the last fight of Ngannou was the most insane thing I saw like in a long fucking time. And I was looking at every capper, like what they were thinking about the fight, and everybody like were saying Ngannou by KO or nothing. And I find
man, you didn't watch the podcast.
Me, all the capper that like bet on Ngannou, they are saying, "Oh, I was right." I'm like, "No, you were not right. He got us struck, and then he decided to become a wrestler. You were saying he's gonna like KO Cyril Gane in the first 2 rounds. It's like the complete opposite of what you were thinking that is gonna happen."
I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that because that describes someone in this group right now very perfectly who came on.
That's not true. Come on. Everybody was saying Gunn can submit him, and I said this year, if they grapple, Ngannou is going to out-wrestle him. I didn't expect it to happen because I thought Ngannou was going to take him out before that. But I mean, he was obviously injured too before, right? Andrew, you can admit that he was badly injured. I didn't expect him to win that way, but it was. I mean, it's one of my favorite fights ever. People were complaining. I thought it was amazing.
Dude, it was so good. I don't understand why people are like mad.
It was amazing.
And it was so good.
Cormier was saying on the Miko, watch out because Ngannou's grappling a lot. He may gas, and Gang was fucking dying, like on bottom, like, oh, get this guy off me.
And were you losing your mind when you saw Gane coach telling him in the 4th round that you have to finish the fight or lose?
Yeah, that guy is an idiot. I like Gan, but I was happy that he lost because of that guy. And in the end, when Ngannou already won and Gan was like laying on the cage and the guy was rubbing his back, that was so awkward as fuck. You saw that?
No, I didn't see that though.
He's a strange guy. I think he wants to be like this famous trainer or something. He sucks.
Yeah, no, that's definitely one of the better fights on the card from a fan perspective. Lewis versus Tuivasa. We're on to the main event now. Israel Adesanya versus Robert Whittaker 2. The first time these guys fought, I think Adesanya closed like minus 125, minus 130. This time, much different betting line. Adesanya is anywhere from minus 270 to minus 300 by the looks of it. OAM, do you think this is going to be a similar fight to the first one? Do you think Whittaker's going to try to wrestle this time? What's the deal?
Yeah, I think he's going to try to wrestle more. I think it's going to be really, really hard. I don't. Personally, I will pass. I do think Israel is going to be able to KO him again. I really like Robert. I really, really like him. But fuck, man. I think he's going to be a little bit traumatized last fight. And for some reason, Israel is pretty hard to take down. On the ground, he looked terrible, but like he looked pretty hard to take down.
Like his defense is good, but if you can put his shoulders on the mat, he's bad.
Yeah, it's fuck. Like it's like almost like it's hard to watch.
Like Vettori had his chance. I mean, Vettori is stupid as fuck, but he had his back. He could have worked something out there. He went for the choke really fast, but because he's an idiot. Vettori is like 30 IQ. But yeah, if you can get Adesanya flattened, he has nothing. But his takedown defense is solid. I mean, I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, Blachowicz showed the way." I mean, which way? Whittaker is not a polished 240 pounds guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Which way? Because Blachowicz was power doubling Adesanya like in the open. Whittaker cannot do that. I don't know, man.
And I mean, fuck, if Vettori like he was able to take him down, I think once or twice, but like it didn't look easy. It looked like at some point he kind of gave up with the takedown because he was gassing. So I don't know, man. I would like to see Robert Whittaker win, but I'm not willing to bet on that fight. I do think Israel is gonna be in his face, and I'm pretty sure he's smart enough to know that Whittaker is gonna try to wrestle him.
I mean, it's obvious he should have done that the first time, but a lot of people are saying, "No, he's going to grapple this time." I am too. He's going to try to grapple. That doesn't mean he's going to have success. He's not a great wrestler or anything. He's trying. I mean, if you are not taking Darren Till easily down, Adesanya is a tall order. You know what I mean? Darren Till was looking good defending his takedowns most of the time. And Adesanya is really good at defending once you get him on the fence. With his back on the fence, he is really hard to take down. He's really good at getting out. He does it the same time every time. You know how he does? He gets this underhook and grabs the head with the other hand and goes the opposite way. I may not be explaining myself very well here. But he does the same thing every time. Yeah, I think same result as last time, but later. I think Whittaker is going to be more calculated, try to wrestle a bit, but he cannot really be outside because his leg is going to get chopped. I mean, I think he needs to catch Adesanya and to fucking hurt him, and then finish him on the ground or just finish him, because a lot of people, I don't see anyone talking about this, but the first time it wasn't like Adesanya beat him the way Adesanya does. He beat him in the pocket and he did it convincingly, like he was outclassing him in the pocket. So I don't know how Robert is going to do it.
And I think the thing too with Robert, he do a lot of blitz, and against other people, it worked against other people. I think his blitz is pretty good, but I guess Adesanya, I'm not really willing to. I wouldn't be willing to try it on him, and it's one of his his favorite punch. So I have trouble seeing it happen too. I don't know.
What do you think, Andrew? We are not letting you talk.
No, that was good. I appreciated listening to that. I came into this week, or I say this week, when I taped this fight, I was like thinking I'll probably bet Whittaker. When I went back and watched the so-called like wrestling improvements, he wasn't doing anything special against Kelvin Gastelum to get those takedowns. Like I think more than anything, Gastelum just kind of caught him off guard. Like nothing he was doing was high level wrestling, so to speak. It was just he's not a wrestler. He was just a guy who was wrestling in a fight, if that makes sense.
Yeah, he's the same guy. He's the same guy.
Yeah. He's going to approach this fight differently. I didn't like the way he approached it last time, but I think it's just a tall order regardless of how he approaches it. Whittaker has had so much success at 185, I think, because he brings a speed advantage into a lot of fights, and he doesn't have that against Adesanya, which I think is the reason he got some. why Adesanya gives him so many fits stylistically. Like OAM said, he tries to jump into the pocket and then throw like a left and a right. Against most guys, that works, but against Adesanya, like that's his wheelhouse. If you watch back that last fight, Whittaker misses like a punch. Like Adesanya just gets out of the way by that much and then absolutely clocks him.
Yeah, in the pocket, he was outclassing him. He was winning every exchange. Like, he basically knocked him out in round 1. I think the fight was done. He came out for round 2 and just got clocked. I mean, I took a shot at Adesanya by submission. It's a ridiculous number. And Whittaker is going to be shooting for his life. It's plus 20-100, man. I mean, I'm not saying Adesanya is going to put him in a fucking anaconda or anything, but he's going to clock him, and then Whittaker is going to be doing the chicken dance and trying to shoot. Adesanya has kind of a good guillotine, man.
This is another point I wanted to make, that Jan was taking Adesanya down, sure, but he's also like way bigger than Robert Whittaker is. And I don't even think Jan got a takedown until the 4th round, if I'm remembering correctly. But I say all that to say, I think the line's about right. I think in a striking fight, Adesanya is a big favorite here. Like that, there is that intangible of will Whittaker be able to have any wrestling success. I think he might get a takedown or two, and I think you nailed it. I think it's going to be the same result a little bit later. So I'm picking Adesanya to win. I think he keeps his belt, and I don't even really know who's going to challenge him. I think
Strickland.
He would beat Strickland, I think.
Strickland gives Adesanya hell, man. I'm being serious. Yeah. Strickland gets in the pocket, like it's the kicks and gets in the pocket, and then it's game on.
But he'd probably just kick his leg off at range, no?
Strickland will do something. Stab him or something. No, I think Strickland hits fucking hard. People don't realize because the guy is just happy to jab away, but he hurts people. And his jab is ridiculous. Adesanya is not untouchable or anything. You can get him with straight punches if you can. It's not a thing of speed. It's more footwork. And Strickland is really, really good. Really good sense of distance and everything. And he looks durable. He probably can threaten with some grappling too. Like if Adesanya fights Strickland and they make Strickland plus 300, I bet big on Strickland.
I will not be joining you on that one, but
Adesanya is going to ship it for the boys this Saturday. Championship rounds stoppage.
Yeah, I think that's a fair play. Do you want to give our Lambo parlays? I actually came prepared with one this time.
Yeah, Alexander Hernandez inside 1 minute. 1,000 to win 40,000. I have one, but I have to check. I don't remember.
Olivier, do you have one, or you want to make one right now?
I don't have one. I'm gonna wait for yours, I think.
All right, I'll go first. So I got Morozov, the under 2.5 in Dobson Malcolm, Hernandez money line, Grisham money line, Roxanne Modafferi money line, under 2.5 in the Rojo fight, and then over 1.5 in the Tuivasa fight. 100 to win 15,000.
All that 100 to win 15,000.
I was like, oh, you're doing a parlay. Okay, let me check 2 names. I'm gonna put them together.
I have Perez versus Schnell doesn't go the distance. Cannonier under 1. Cannonier versus Brunson under 1.5. Hernandez round 1. Ronnie Lawrence round 3. 50 to win 20,000.
Okay. Wait, I have one too. Okay. I have Israel. I have Ty, Jared Cannonier, and Roxanne Modafferi. And because I think Roxanne Modafferi, it's probably better than all your odds.
No, I don't think so. I'm going to check it. Adesanya, Tuivasa, Modafferi, and which was the other? Cannonier?
Yeah, Cannonier.
Plus 2,300.
Okay, let's change it. Okay, let's change Roxanne
to round 1.
To round 1 knockout.
Let's say Nasrat by KO. Okay.
Like I add Nasrat by knockout.
Yeah.
That's a big number now because that's plus 400, plus 1,200. No, plus. What is this? Well, plus 12,000.
Okay, that's my. Do you want one more? I can give you one more. Okay, I'm going to give you one more. Okay.
OAM is giving all the logs now. People take notes.
Who? I'm gonna go with you, okay? On this one, Magic, I'm gonna put Alex Hernandez. Even though I'm against him, I'm gonna put it in the.
But you know he's going to win. You are just salty.
Yeah, it's in my heart.
Okay. I hope we win.
Yeah, if you
Do
guys
you
have
want to
any
do
questions,
like
throw 'em in.
promo or anything like last time?
Me?
Yeah, that
Well,
bet
you
99
didn't
thing.
say that the show is sponsored by Bet99.
It's not.
Yeah, Bet99 is so great. It's like
They
probably
pay me
one of
so
them.
much. Best book in the world.
Bro, it's so good. Like they pay me, and I tell people to go bet on their website. So it's the best
And,
website ever.
I told you they do these videos with you and with GSP. They were doing a video on YouTube with GSP and it had like 21 views. Like, how is this possible? They need a new promo team. GSP is a massive name.
Yeah, but I think people like me more. That's the reason. When you watch, I'm on it. It's like really crazy. The number is like 25, 26. There's a massive difference, you know.
We
Do
have
you-
some questions here.
Do you know a guy named Pumbaa who trains at TriStar?
Simba or Pumbaa? Who's Pumbaa? Wait.
I think that's his name. He's like,
Yeah, I
How-
think he really trained at TriStar. He was a guy that randomly came on the show one day. Like, he's not a professional fighter, but he's coming for Damon Jackson.
Wait, Pumbaa is the guy in Lion.
Yeah, the wild boar.
Yeah. No, I don't know him.
Oh, this is a good question. You think you
And
might?
he's going to be heartbroken when he sees this. Like, OAM has no idea who you are, and you were training at TriStar.
Oh, poor Pumbaa. Fuck.
One
You
guy
think-
said, "Magic."
What do
is
you
going
think
to
about a
UFC London."
matchup with Jeremy Stevens?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it may happen. The feeling I got is they're gonna put Pettis against Stevens together, because they don't want to do the same mistake as they did last year, and try to use the Pettis name, you know, to do a main event. So I have the feeling they may fight first, but I do think Jeremy Stevens is still good. I think he got beat like in his last couple of fights, but
Yeah, he
against
fought
really
good
good competition.
fighters. Like,
I think he's a really good fighter and dangerous too. It's gonna be interesting to see him at 155, that's for sure.
I
But
think if you
I have the
grapple
feeling
him,
that I may fight him this year.
good fight for you. I think.
Yeah, I would. I think.
I hope so.
Look,
I don't want. I would hate to
must
see
be
you
really
to see
strong,
you die.
you know?
You know what I mean?
This is not the strongest chin ever, so I may have to go.
Come on, Jeremy.
Let's bang it out, bro.
You have to confuse him if you are fighting him. Like, ask him questions and shit. He's so stupid. He gets angry and then you can shoot the double leg.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck. Yeah, I should do something like this. Just fucking do the Yoel Romero, you know? Remember when Yoel Romero fucking point at someone in the crowd?
And then clocked Costa. That was so good.
I was like, what?
He was like, look over there, pop.
And then fucking Costa was like, that's a dirty trick. I was like, bro, it's like next fucking level, this shit. It's like he's playing chess while we are playing a checker, you know?
Romero is a fucking legend. One guy
No.
said, is Magic coming to UFC London? So I can buy. I appreciate the offer, but I am not going because they are not doing Topuria versus Evloev. So also the tickets are flying.
Who's the best underdog on the card? I'll start Roxanne Modafferi.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm
Very
going to
big.
go with. I don't know, man. Alex Hernandez. I mean, come on, what are we doing here? Obviously.
Would you ever want the Hernandez rematch?
To tell you the truth, Hernandez is the only loss that I really don't feel great about. Yeah, I would like a rematch against Hernandez. Well, I would like a rematch against anybody that I lost to, but
Without the heart attack
probably
this time.
my top pick.
Without the heart attack this time.
Yeah, without the heart attack, bro, man, fuck. Yeah, I told you, I was like,
and you said it on the podcast when you came to.
Yeah.
That was crazy pace.
That was his best performance.
People
for sure.
now act like he's this bum, but I remember after the Darius knockout and this fight with OAM, people were saying crazy shit like, "This is the next champion. I will take Alex over Conor McGregor." People forget too easily, I think. Because if I think he can make a run, Andrew. What do you think? If I told you like 3 years ago, or OAM, if I told you 3 years ago Charles Oliveira is going to be the UFC champion at lightweight, you will think I forgot my medication.
Yeah, fuck. Did Charles at some point lost because his ribs like pop?
What?
Charlie Oliveira at 145. I think was
the Holloway fight.
Is it Holloway that he kind of bear up and is?
I think he got an esophagus injury or something very strange, or not. People were saying, "Oh, he quit." I mean, come on, you don't do a training camp to quit 10 seconds in like that without getting hit.
But yeah, it's crazy how good, like how he evolved. It's so good.
And that's a lot of questions here.
Yeah,
but Andrew was only showing the questions from his friends. He's a horrible person.
What was your experience training in San Juan before PFL?
Oh, it was good. It was with the Danner Death Squad, and they split like, I don't know, like 5 months after that. So yeah, no, it was good when everybody was together. It's crazy. John Danner, he make you train, make you come in at like 9, and you have to train until 3 or 4, but without any break. So yeah, it's kind of insane, but it's fun. It's maybe you cannot do that like every day or all the training camp, but it's pretty fun.
Hell yeah!
And
we'll make we can make this one the last question, then we'll get you out of here. What do you think of Arnold Allen's fight coming up?
Who is he fighting again? He's fighting
Dan Hooker.
Yeah, he's fighting Dan. Bro, it's gonna be a really hard fight. I mean, Arnold is my boy, so I really hope he is gonna win. But it's gonna be a really hard fight, and that's another guy that kind of hit hard. We don't know, but Arnold hit hard. He have a pretty good takedown defense too. So I'm really interested in this fight, and I think if he win this, like he's in for a good ride after that.
I think Allen needs to grapple him. He cannot stay at range with Hooker. Hooker is fucking massive. At featherweight, he's going to be massive.
But bro, like he's so fucking tall and so fucking massive, and then I saw him like just test to do 140.
Yeah, I heard him say that he did a test at the PI and he did the cut just fine, and that he rated to the same weight, the same fighting weight that he was at lightweight. So he may be, I don't know, 170 on Fight Night, 175. That's massive. I think it's insane.
Dude, it's fucking insane. He looked massive at 155.
Yeah. Like he looked really big next to Makhachev, and Makhachev is a fucking wardrobe. Like Makhachev is gigantic, and he looked big next to Makhachev.
But yeah, I think Arnie can do it, and fuck yeah, I'm looking forward for this fight.
Yeah, it's a good fight. I didn't expect Allen to get this fight. I thought he was going to get another matchup. You know what I mean? I don't really know where a win over Hooker leaves him in the division, in the rankings, because Hooker is not ranked. I don't know. But it's at home, you know.
Ranking, who cares about that?
I mean, it's kind of important if you want to fight for the belt.
Yeah.
Now, that'd be a big win now.
5 years ago.
What? What was that?
Me?
It was important when 5 years ago I said.
Yeah. I mean, it's fucking difficult to get a shot at featherweight because it's almost like it's Holloway is always waiting for a title shot. The UFC is going to keep doing until he wins.
Yeah.
So, sweet. Well, thanks again, OAM, for coming on. We really appreciate it. Guys, give OAM a follow on Twitter. Be sure to tune into his PFL fights this season. Always brings it. Leave a comment, leave a like. We appreciate it, and we'll see you next week.
He's also massive degenerate better.
Yeah.
And sorry about the the beginning of the card.
Nah, dude, you were great. We appreciate you coming on.
He also picked Moicano. Massive letdown.
Bro, like I have to, man. It's like I said, the saltiness in my heart is so unbearable that I have to bet against Hernandez.
Saturday is going to be fun. Even if he loses, people are going to come to my Twitter like my brother died or something. It's going to be a good one.
Don't worry, guys. I'll make sure he's all right. But thanks again, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you next week. Enjoy the fights.
Bye.
See you.